All right, so have you ever tried to like picture like all in of human knowledge?
Oh, wow.
It's kind of mind-blowing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, today we're going to try to do that.
Okay.
We're building a pyramid.
All right.
Not with bricks, but with ideas.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, we're diving into this pyramid of knowledge concept, which is basically just a way to visualize how we understand the world layer by layer.
It's a framework, really.
Okay.
Not like a rigid hierarchy or anything,
Right.
just a way to sort of think about the connections between different areas of knowledge.
Exactly. And we've got some really, really great source material to help us build this pyramid today.
Awesome.
So let's get started. I'm curious, like, when we're thinking about a pyramid, obviously we need a solid base.
Mm-hmm.
Where does it all begin?
Well, you gotta think of it like constructing an actual building. You need that solid foundation, and for us, that foundation is made up of two key elements:
Okay.
empirical observation and logic.
Okay, so like I observe that the sun rises every morning. That's observation, right?
Exactly. And then using logic, we can start to make deductions about the world. So, for instance, if the sun rises every morning, we might logically conclude that the Earth rotates on its axis.
So those like really simple acts of observing and reasoning, are they really the bedrock of like all knowledge?
Absolutely.
Huh. It's interesting. Like it
Yeah.
seems so basic, but when you think about it, it's kind of profound.
It is. It's like, think about the scientific method.
Yeah.
It's all about making careful observations, forming hypotheses based on those observations, and then rigorously testing those hypotheses through experimentation. And that entire process, which is rooted in observation and logic, has led to some of humanity's greatest discoveries.
Right. It's true. And it's like we don't just accept things at face value.
No.
We question, we investigate, and we use logic to try to make sense of all the patterns that we observe in the world.
And the beauty of it is that this process is constantly evolving, right?
Right.
New observations can lead to new hypotheses,
Of course.
which can challenge our existing understanding and push the boundaries of knowledge even further.
For sure. But a foundation is just the start, right?
Right.
What kind of amazing structures can we build on this base of observation and logic?
Yeah.
Well, the source material talks about scientific disciplines as like the next layer.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly does that entail?
So this is where things start to branch out.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about fields like physics, which tries to understand the fundamental laws governing the universe, chemistry, exploring the composition and interaction of matter, and then biology, which studies the incredible diversity of life on Earth.
Right. Okay, so each discipline like delves into a specific aspect of the natural world.
Right.
But they all share that common foundation of observation and logic.
Exactly. Each of these fields uses those fundamental tools to build a deeper understanding of their respective areas. So, for example, physicists use observation and mathematical reasoning to develop theories about the nature of space and time.
Right.
Chemists use careful observation and experimentation to analyze the properties of elements and compounds. Biologists use observation and the scientific method to unravel the complexities of living organisms.
And it's so fascinating how these disciplines, while distinct, are also like interconnected.
Totally.
Like I read that breakthroughs in physics, like the development of powerful microscopes, have completely revolutionized our understanding of biological processes.
Oh, that's a fantastic example of how knowledge in one area can fuel advancements in another.
Yeah.
The lines between these disciplines are often blurred, and it's this cross-pollination of ideas that really drives scientific progress forward.
So we've explored the natural world, but what about understanding ourselves?
Yeah.
The source material mentions social sciences as like a separate layer. So why is that?
Well, in the social sciences, we shift our focus from the external world to the internal world of human behavior and societies.
Oh, yeah.
Disciplines like psychology, sociology, economics all seek to understand how we think, how we interact with each other, and how societies function as a whole.
It sounds like we're like zooming in on the human element
You got it.
within this like vast pyramid of knowledge.
Exactly. And just like the natural sciences, the social sciences rely on observation and logic to develop their theories and models.
Okay.
But the subject matter is much more complex and nuanced.
Yeah, because human behavior is so unpredictable.
Right.
I mean, we can't study people in a lab like we study chemicals.
That's right. That's actually a key challenge in the social sciences.
Right.
It's very difficult to control for all the variables that influence human behavior. So that's why social scientists often rely on statistical analysis and qualitative research methods to try to draw conclusions from their observations.
So it's a different approach, but the goal is still the same.
Yeah.
To use observation and logic to build a deeper understanding of the world.
Exactly.
In this case, the world of human interaction.
Precisely. And it's important to remember that these layers aren't completely isolated from each other.
Right.
Scientific discoveries can influence social policies, just as understanding human behavior can inform scientific research.
Totally. It's amazing how everything is connected. We've got these scientific disciplines investigating the natural world, social sciences delving into human behavior. But the source material also highlights the humanities.
Right.
How do they fit into this pyramid?
The humanities occupy a fascinating space within this framework. You know, they deal with the big questions, the ones that have captivated thinkers for centuries.
Okay.
Like, what is the meaning of life?
Yeah.
What is beauty? What is justice?
Huge questions.
These are the realms of philosophy, history, literature, and art.
It's like they grapple with the human experience itself.
Exactly.
Not just like the mechanics of how our bodies work or how societies work,
Right.
but the deeper meaning behind it all.
Right. The humanities help us understand our values, our beliefs, and our creative expressions. They encourage critical thinking, introspection, and a deeper understanding of the human condition.
And the source made an interesting point about how cultural values influence what's considered essential knowledge
Oh, yeah.
in the humanities. Like what might be a core philosophical text in one culture could be completely unknown in another.
That's a crucial point. The humanities are deeply intertwined with culture. Different societies have different ways of interpreting the world, different moral codes, different artistic traditions. The humanities help us appreciate this diversity of human thought and expression.
So we've laid a pretty solid foundation for our pyramid of knowledge.
Yeah, I think so.
We've got the bedrock of observation and logic, the scientific disciplines exploring the natural world, the social sciences studying human behavior, and the humanities grappling with the big questions of existence.
Right.
But what about the very top? What could possibly sit at the pinnacle of human understanding?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The source material mentions a few contenders, each one representing a profound mystery that continues to fascinate and challenge us.
Okay, so let's unpack these contenders.
Right.
The first one that they mention is consciousness.
Okay.
So what makes that such a puzzle?
Well, consciousness is the subjective experience of being aware of yourself and the world around you.
Okay.
It's the feeling of what it's like to be you. And the mystery lies in how this subjective experience arises from the physical matter of the brain.
I see what you mean. Like, we can study the brain.
Yeah.
We can map neural pathways.
Right.
But how do those physical processes translate into the feeling of awareness?
Right.
It's like there's this gap
Yeah.
between the material and the immaterial.
Exactly. And this is where neuroscience intersects with philosophy,
Right.
leading to some truly mind-bending debates.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is consciousness a uniquely human trait, or do other animals experience it too? Could artificial intelligence ever become truly conscious?
Wow.
These are questions we're still grappling with, and they cut to the heart of what it means to be human.
It makes you realize how much we still don't understand about our own minds.
Absolutely.
It's a bit humbling, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what's the next contender for the peak of the pyramid?
Well, another major unknown is the origin of the universe. Cosmology. The study of the universe on the grandest scale is constantly pushing the boundaries of our understanding.
You mean like the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
The idea that the universe started from a single point and has been expanding ever since.
Right. The Big Bang Theory is supported by a wealth of observational evidence, but there are still so many unanswered questions.
Oh, yeah, like what?
What existed before the Big Bang?
Right.
What caused it to happen? What is the ultimate fate of the universe?
It's mind-boggling to think about the vastness of the cosmos and like our little place within it.
It really is.
And the fact that we might never have all the answers just makes it more alluring, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. The universe is full of mysteries that spark our curiosity and drive us to explore further. And who knows what incredible discoveries await us as we continue to probe the depths of space and time.
Speaking of mysteries, the source material also mentions the future as a contender.
Yeah.
But isn't the future inherently uncertain? Can we really claim to know the future in the same way that we know, say, the laws of physics?
That's a great point. Predicting the future is inherently challenging because it's influenced by a multitude of factors, many of which are beyond our control.
So what's the value in even trying to understand the future if it's so unpredictable?
Well, even though we can't predict the future with absolute certainty, We can still use our knowledge and understanding to make informed decisions about the present.
So it's less about fortune-telling
Right.
and more about recognizing patterns, analyzing trends,
Exactly.
and considering potential consequences of our actions.
Precisely by studying history, analyzing current trends, and developing models of complex systems, we can gain valuable insights into potential future scenarios. And these insights can inform our decision-making processes, whether it's on a personal level in business or in shaping public policy.
It's like by understanding the past and the present, we can kind of navigate the future with a bit more wisdom and foresight.
Exactly, and the source material highlights how cultural values play a crucial role in how we envision the future. Some societies might prioritize technological progress, while others might focus on environmental sustainability or social justice.
Right.
And these values shape our hopes and fears for the future, and they influence the choices we make today.
Okay, so we've got these big contenders for the peak of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Consciousness, the universe's origins, the future. It feels like we're dealing with some pretty profound concepts here.
We are.
But the source also mentions something a bit different.
Okay.
Ethics and morality.
Right.
How do those concepts fit into this framework?
That's a really important question. If we think of the pyramid as representing our collective understanding,
Okay.
then the question of how we should live what's right and wrong, those are fundamental to how we build that knowledge.
So it's not just about like accumulating facts and figures.
Right.
It's also about understanding like the ethical implications of what we learn and how we apply that knowledge.
It is.
It's a pretty big responsibility.
It is. And just like with the humanities, ethical frameworks can vary widely across cultures and throughout history.
Right.
What's considered morally acceptable in one society might be condemned in another. This diversity of perspectives is essential to acknowledge as we consider the broader implications of human knowledge.
It's like ethics adds another dimension to the pyramid.
Yeah.
It's not just about what we know, it's about how we use that knowledge.
Right.
And the values that guide our choices.
Exactly. And this brings us to a crucial point. The source material emphasizes that the pyramid of knowledge is not static.
Okay.
It's constantly evolving, shaped by new discoveries, cultural shifts, and the ongoing quest for understanding.
So it's not about reaching like a fixed pinnacle.
Yeah.
It's more about like the journey itself.
Precisely, the pursuit of knowledge is a dynamic process, and what might be considered high-level knowledge today could become commonplace tomorrow.
That's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
It is.
It's like as soon as you think you got a handle on things, new discoveries come along and challenge all your assumptions.
And that's precisely what makes this journey so fascinating. The pyramid of human knowledge is a testament to our boundless curiosity, our drive to explore the unknown, and our capacity to constantly reshape our understanding of ourselves and the universe.
That is a truly inspiring thought.
It is.
It makes you want to just keep learning and exploring, knowing that the journey never really ends. It's true. This whole idea of the pyramid like constantly evolving really makes you appreciate how dynamic human knowledge really is.
It's a powerful reminder that, even our most cherished theories and beliefs could be revised or overturned as new evidence emerges.
Yeah, it's almost like we're building this grand structure, but we're using materials that are constantly like changing shape and color.
That's a great analogy, and it underscores the importance of staying curious and open-minded. Clinging to outdated ideas just because they're familiar can really hinder our progress.
Right, so it's not about reaching like some fixed pinnacle of knowledge.
No.
It's about embracing this like journey of constant exploration and discovery.
Exactly. The source even suggests that what's considered high-level knowledge today might become common knowledge tomorrow.
And think about how much our understanding of the world has changed even in the last few decades.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
Things that were once considered science fiction are now part of everyday life.
It's incredible how technology has reshaped the way we live, the way we communicate, and even the way we think.
Right. And who knows what breakthroughs await us in the coming years. Maybe we'll finally unlock the secrets of consciousness or discover new dimensions to the universe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities, and it makes you wonder if this pyramid of knowledge is constantly growing, what new discoveries might be added, like in our lifetime.
That's the question. Isn't it what mysteries will future generations look back on and marvel at how we ever lived without understanding them? It's a reminder that even in an age of unprecedented access to information, there's still so much we don't know.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, right? It means there's always something new to learn something, to spark our curiosity and push us to explore further. It's like we're all part of this grand collaborative effort to build this ever-expanding pyramid of knowledge.
Absolutely. The pursuit of knowledge is a collective endeavor that transcends time and cultures. Each new discovery, each new insight adds another layer to this magnificent structure.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the pyramid of human knowledge, I think the key takeaway is that it's not about reaching a final destination.
No, it's not.
It's about embracing the journey of exploration, questioning, and constant learning.
Well said. We've explored the foundations of understanding, climbed through the layers of scientific disciplines, the humanities, and pondered the mysteries that lie at the peak. But most importantly, I think we've gained a deeper appreciation for the vastness and complexity of human knowledge and the exciting reality that this journey of discovery never truly ends.
And who knows, maybe you, dear listener, will be the one to make the next groundbreaking discovery, adding a new layer to this incredible pyramid of human knowledge. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, never stop learning.
This is DigitView.